Show me how you silly, silly baby. Me a feely kwa my lady kwa kara.
Oh yeah, are you gonna dance? If I show you my money, are you gonna party oh? Kisha twende nyumbani. Yani ukiweka tam, ukitoa tam, inakuwa ta 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 tam. Ukinama tam, ukinuka tam, nono zidi ta 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 ta. Oh my pretty baby.
Kitty 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 gay gay gay. Ga ga gay gay gay. Kitty 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 gay gay gay. Ga ga gay gay gay. Kitty 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 gay gay gay. Ga ga gay gay gay. Kitty 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 gay gay gay. Ga ga gay gay gay.
Washa moto choma fegi ganja mambo chaye chaye chaye. Moto soma baby wait let them gaye. Dani kuchi nikichi kichi kasi pidi gang gang gang. Kiki pidi nyonga kama zigi vuta kama widi gang gang gang. Weka tam ukitoa tam inakuwa ta 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 tam. Ukinama tam ukinuka tam nona zidi pa ta ta ta. Oh my pretty baby.
Kitty 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 gay gay gay. Ga ga gay gay gay. Kitty 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 gay gay gay. Ga ga gay gay gay. Kitty 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 gay gay gay. Ga ga gay gay gay. Kitty 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 gay gay gay. Ga ga gay gay gay.
Inakuwa ta 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 ta. Ukinama tam ukinuka tam nona zidi pa ta ta ta.
Queen of cover.
It's blood now. My baby, my Valentine. Can I you to make you what temperature there is? If you leave me a good time, I swear. You are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest. Loving it.
All right.
I am so obsessed.
Happy Sunday to all of you that are joining live on Jazz Radio. And good evening to you too, wherever you're watching from. My name is Joe Coca, and I'm your host today, and with my special guest. This is a continuation of a program, you know. Honorable James Markion is here with me. Today the other party couldn't show up, you know. I don't know, I can't tell.
You can be my partner, never riding solo though. And we got no one lucky, no need to party whoa. I'm feeling what you're doing, know ya baby, gotta go. Your body they back at me, see. Open up, make I see. Now you where they got my fancy. When they do me, I keep party. Oh no no no
Right after this music, we're going to start the show. The discussion, you know.
You got me coming. Why should I be coming early in the morning? Oh yeah, shake it, make it spend my money. Call me Mr. Bean, I go make you honey. Like, give me, baby, make you give me. I go show you love and I go take you to my city. Don't need to make I look pity. You won't make us enjoy me before you go.
Today we're gonna talk about Ghana economy.
Your body bad.
How's it going?
Can make you shake it for Ghana.
Just for us to get clear understanding
Can make you show.
and how the government is doing about our economy. Ghana is for everyone, not for one or two people or set group of people. It's for all of us. Honorable, you're welcome.
Thanks for having me once again.
So, so how was your Sunday?
It's been good. As you said, I just returned from church.
Yes.
So far so good.
So far, so good.
Life goes on.
Wow. So far, so good. But Honorable, what happened to your colleague? You know, I mean, your position.
Remember last week I told you that the NDC were not going to show. And so I'm not really surprised that they're not here.
Please, if you can get close to the mic a little bit.
I'm saying that it's unfortunate that my NDC colleagues are not here.
Okay.
But if you recall, last week I told you,
Yes.
because of the program, that they were not going to show up because we're going to discuss a topic that a topic that they are more or less clueless about, the economy of Ghana. So I'm not surprised they chicken out today. Yes. I'm not surprised at all. But it's unfortunate. I don't think it shows respect to
Yeah, absolutely.
to the audience of JC Radio.
It's true because we actually made a promise to the audience that definitely we're going to, digest about the economy, what is going on, and actually make things clear or update people about the Ghana economy, and of course make some kind of comparison due to Mahama regime and also now Akufo-Addo, terms that is going on. But unfortunately for us, the other party, which is the NDC representative, couldn't show up today. So I mean, like, we carry on with the show. I can't tell, like I said earlier on, can't tell what exactly is the problem, why he couldn't show up, because we tried calling him, he's not answering. So yeah, right after this song we continue. It's that all the way from Tanzania. Yeah, Honorable.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, so what do you have for us today?
I'm at your service, Joe.
Because now we are not going to have any debate because the other party is not here. So I just want us, it's going to be in a more informal like update. You tell us. Yeah.
Well, Joe, I mean, the topic would have been more, interesting if my colleague NDC has been here.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
But whatever it may be, as it may be, we start to discuss Ghana's economy and from the perspective of the MPP administration.
Yeah.
I think that I must first admit that indeed the MPP has really done very well as far as the management of the Ghana's economy is concerned.
Yeah.
But in the midst of challenges, we have had a lot of challenges. But in the midst of these challenges, we have done so much. And that is why I'm not surprised the NDC chickened out, because if today's discussions
should I be like opposite, like they're going to really catch ahead of.
I really expected them to be here,
Absolutely.
So because there's a lot of noise out there by the NDC.
Yeah.
That the economy is not. Of course, as I said, we have challenges.
Yes.
That we have to admit, and we know, and we are handling those challenges. But then, in the midst of these challenges, as I've said, we have done better. And Ghanaians.
So you want to tell me that indirectly, compared to Mahama time, it's far better?
You know, it's you can't even compare. You understand?
Hey.
You can't even compare. It's
As empower na wakano.
Oh yeah. I mean, how do you even compare? Because the gap between the MPP, the economy the NDC left, and the economy that we have today, even in the midst of the current economic challenges we are facing, you can't even compare. You understand? It's the NDC administration is something that Ghanaians should pray.
Honorable, they said that
we never should.
Honorable, they said that you have to get close to your mic a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it's better now.
Yeah, please. If it's better now, let us know. Yeah, please talk.
Yeah, and so when we talk about Ghana's economy, we ask ourselves if we want to compare. I hate to compare actually, but if we want us to compare, what are we comparing with? If we talk about the economy, there are basic, indices with which we compare how the economy has fared, whether the economy has done well or not, right?
Yeah.
And so
1 minute, please. If Honorable Makion microphone is okay, please let us know if you can hear very loud and clear. Okay. 1 minute.
Nobody talk, say you love me. If you don't love me, nobody talk, say you love me. If you don't need me, nobody talk, say you need me. I take this love seriously, you know, if you need, you know, finish me. Nobody talk, say you need me. Don't play me.
Okay, Honorable James, please carry on.
Yeah. So Joe, as I was saying, it's difficult comparing MPP and NDC administration as far as the management of the economy is concerned, because the NDC economy that they left Ghana is the worst in the history of this country. I mean, so that's why I said that it's difficult to compare. But of course, I mean, I'm going to try to let Ghanaians understand the kind of economy the NDC left us and the kind of economy we have today, right? And so if you are discussing the economy, you look at your gross domestic product. That is what you normally call the GDP growth.
Okay.
I mean, that is one of the basic indices for determining how the economy is doing, whether the economy is doing well or the economy is not doing well, right? The NDC left us an economy that was growing at average of 3.9%, right?
Yes.
And that was the economy NDC left us. And by the end of MPP's first administration, that is 2000 and end of 2020, the economy was growing at a rate of 7%. And at the time, Ghana was tagged as the fastest growing economy in the world. Not even in West Africa or Africa. The fastest growing economy in the world. That is as of 2020. And then from 2020, we know we have experienced COVID. And then along the line, from last year, we have also had the crisis as a result of Ukraine and the Russia war. And we have also have issues that have got to do with the nature of parliament we have, the hung parliament we have, where a lot of government policies, have to take longer time to be approved by parliament. In the midst of all that, today Ghana's economy is growing at a rate of as of last year, 2022. The economy was growing at a rate of 4.9% in the midst of all these difficult circumstances. You understand? When NDC time, there was no COVID, there was no Russia war, there was no major economic crisis, there was no economic, downturns globally. But then they were doing 3.9.
But then, Honorable, there was this Ebola
Come on, there was no Ebola in Ghana. I think that if for anything at all, Ebola brought Ghana money.
Of
Right.
course, yeah. I
It was
understand
anything
that
at
part,
all.
Yeah.
Because there was no Ebola in Ghana. WHO gave Ghana money to monitor the infection rate and the progress of the disease. And this brought us money. And the question is, what was this money used for? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so, I mean, how do you even compare these two things? You can't even compare them. You can't even compare. I mean, this was COVID. A number of people who were infected by COVID, and how serious this was. You can't compare it to Ebola. So, in the midst of these crises we have experienced as a country or globally, our economy is doing very well, right? We inherited economy where agric, which is the mainstay of our economy. That's where we get a lot of our foreign exchange from. Mm-hmm. Agric was doing 2.9% under NDC. By the time they left office, as of last year, end of December 2022, we were doing 6%. Mm-hmm. And this, we know that when we came into power, we introduced the Planting for Food and Jobs. And today, as we speak, Ghana is the leading producer of cocoa in the world. For a very long time, for about 30 years or so, Cote d'Ivoire was the leading producer of cocoa. Today, we have taken over. And all these things are as a result of the good economic policies that have been implemented by the NPP administration. And so, if somebody says he wants to compare Akufo-Addo's administration as far as the economy is concerned with Mohammed's administration, I don't know how we're going to do this comparison, right? Under NDC, we had a situation where the industry was growing negative.
Yes.
The growth of industry was negative. Because it was at the time for whole 4 years, we had energy crisis in the country. We had what we call, the doomsday crisis, where industries have to collapse. People have to fold up their businesses because there was no electricity to power their industries, to power the companies and factories. And so industry grew negative %. But today, under Akufo-Addo, the industry is growing at a rate of 5%.
All right, if you come a bit closer to the mic, your voice is sound good, yeah.
Yeah, and so
yes,
when you look at all these things, then I ask myself, what is NDC going to compare, right? You talk about, there's a lot of talk about, MPP, you have borrowed so much. That's one of the really the talks that the things that NDC talk about.
We will actually come to that aspect because that was something that also was a little bit, almost the whole West Africa, I think Ghana has borrowed much money than any other country.
That is not even true.
Okay.
That is not even true.
All right, you prove us on that. So let's just keep the update going.
Yeah, and so the point is that we have done much better. We understand that, the way the economy was growing between 2017 and 2020, there was a lot of expectations that the economy will even grow stronger, and businesses will boom, and Ghanaians will have better conditions of life. You understand?
Yeah.
But then we had these economic downturns which have affected the growth of the economy. But even in the midst of that, when NDC was in power, when we didn't have all these economic crises, they couldn't even pay health workers. You understand? And when health workers went on demonstration, Mahama told them he's Ujanfunu. You understand? He's a dead goat. And that he doesn't care. They can go on strike for all he cares. This was the economy we inherited. Today,
he actually said that.
Oh, I mean,
did he?
Come on. I don't think anybody, any Ghanaian can. I don't think Mahama himself or any NDC person can even dispute this.
Okay.
You understand? This was when NDC when head workers were on strike, and demanding increase in salary, and he said that he doesn't care. Even if you lose the elections, so be it. He wasn't going to increase the salary because actually there was no money to pay them, and that was a reality, right? At the time, Ghana had gone to the IMF for policy credibility, right? We couldn't go to the financial market to borrow because there was no money. And as part of the conditionalities that IMF gave the country, we couldn't increase salaries, we couldn't hire nurses, we couldn't hire teachers, we couldn't even hire essential workers for the country. Right? So for 3 years, there was freeze on unemployment. So how can any economy grow when government has put a freeze on employment? How can any economy grow when there's a growing unemployment? Right? And so this was a kind of economy we inherited. We are talking about an economy that could not pay teachers and nursing training allowance because there was no money. Mama himself said that he had chewed all the meat and left with bones. In his own words, so he has chewed all the meat. Now the economy is like bones, dry bones. You understand? And today we inherited dry bones. But we have managed for 6 years. We have been consistently paying teachers and nursing training allowances.
Okay.
Teachers.
Okay, carry on.
Teachers who were employed under John Mahama, they have to be denied their 3-year salary. You work for 3 years and you are paid 3 months. Why? Government has no money to pay you. So either take the 3 month salary or forget about it. This was the economy we inherited. Today, as we speak, can anybody tell us that there's any teacher anywhere whose salary, has not been paid at any point in time in Ghana? Nobody can talk about that, right? Today, in 4 years, we have not had DUMSO. We admit that there have been some intermittent, power outages here and there, but these are not outages that we can even describe as DUMSO, right? And so if somebody wants to compare the economy NDC left us and the economy we have today, how do we even compare them? Under NDC, when we said we will introduce free education, what did they say? They said it's not possible. In fact, the then Minister of Education said that this could be possible in the next 20 years because Ghana have no money to implement free education. Making education free for everybody, it was not possible. But under this economy, the economy that NDC say is not good, the economy that we admit that it's struggling, Ghanaian children are going to school for free. So how do you compare this economy to the economy that Mahama left? Right? If people ask, okay, as we said, we can't talk about this without talking about, the money we have borrowed. We, of course, yes, we have borrowed a lot of money.
Yeah, we'll come to that, but
okay.
There's how they call it. I want you to give me the statistic concerning all the president, like all the past president from John Jerome Rawlings' time to Akufo-Addo's time. If I'm right, please. If I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected.
Mm-hmm.
Like, among all of them, I think Akufo-Addo is the only president actually has borrowed money more than all these presidents. True or false?
It is true and it is false. Depending on the situation.
Okay, give me the false part.
Yes. Let me try to explain why I'm saying it is true and it is false.
Okay.
When Kufuor was leaving office, or when Kufuor came into office,
mm-hmm.
Ghana's total debt was in Ghana cedis,
mm-hmm.
was 5 billion Ghana cedis when Kufuor took over from Rawlings. When Kufuor was leaving office, our total debt in Ghana cedis
mm-hmm.
was and when Kufuor was leaving office, 1 Ghana cedis was equivalent to $1 at the time. And so we can say that Kufuor left office at the time when Ghana's debt was about $5 billion. Let's say that. Now, when Mills was leaving office at the end of Mills' administration, the country's debt had moved from.
Okay, let me update the listen. Some of them are writing here. Yeah, please. The other candidate couldn't come. We tried calling him. He couldn't answer his calls till now. We keep calling, but he hasn't answered his call yet. So we don't know whether he's coming or not. But so far we hasn't seen him. So the show must go on. Yeah, please.
So sorry. Let me explain. As I said, Kufuor inherited $5 billion Ghana cedis debt from Rawlings. When Kufuor was leaving office, our country's total debt was 9 billion. Had moved from in 8 years, it has moved up to $9 billion. Because at the time when he was leaving office, the exchange rate was CD to a dollar. Now, when Rawlings Mills took over from Kufuor, in 4 years, our debt ballooned from 9 billion to 27 billion cedis, Ghana cedis. Now, when Mahama took over from Mills, that is from 2013 to 2016, or so 2017 January, it moved from 27 billion Ghana cedis to 120 billion Ghana cedis.
That is Mahama time.
Yes.
Wow. So that is about from 9 billion to
120
to 120 billion.
120
so that is
billion.
about almost 11 times.
Thank you. So in percentage terms, you're talking about about almost 500 percent increase.
Yeah.
In terms of the borrowing rate.
Yeah.
About 500%.
Okay.
Now, when John Mahama was leaving office, the CD dollar ratio was 4.4, right? And so the 120 billion Ghana cedis was equivalent to $27 billion.
Yeah.
So Mahama left Ghana, and I want us to focus on the dollars because you are paying this debt in dollars.
Yeah.
So let's focus on the dollars, and so that it makes sense to get
it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. And so when Mahama was leaving office, Ghana's total debt was $27 billion.
Okay.
And where did he take this from? He took us from something that was below 10 billion to $27 billion. Now MPP has come. We have also borrowed money, right? In Ghana cedis, we have borrowed close to 600 billion. Now, like in Ghana cedis, the Ghana total debt, that is from Kufuor's, Rawlings, even before, up to Kufuor today, our total debt is close to 600 billion. It's about $575 billion. That is from the April report from Bank of
but
Ghana.
I would like to know from when Mahama stopped was
27 billion. Okay.
Yeah, so now I want to know.
So that is in dollars.
Yeah, that is in dollars.
So
yeah.
if you can take your calculator.
Yes.
Now what is the rate? The dollar CD. What is the rate? I think it's 12 or so, right?
Yeah, you let me make it 12.
Okay, 12. So divide 575 billion Ghana cedis by 12. What are you getting?
Okay.
Just take a calculator. Let's make things very
577.
575 billion.
75 billion.
Divide by 12. What are you getting? You get something about 47.9 billion. Let's say 48 billion.
Divided by 12.
Yes.
Yeah, 47 billion.
Yes, 47 billion.
Yeah.
It means that since MPP came into office, we have increased our public debt by about 20 billion, right? And Mahama also increased the public debt around the same figure.
Okay.
In 4 years.
In 4 years.
In terms of dollars, right? So and we have done this in 6 years. And that's why I said that it is true and it is false. So in 6 years, we have, or even more than in 6.5 years, we have increased the public debt by about $20 billion. And John Mahama increased the public debt by $20 billion in 4 years.
Okay.
And therefore, if somebody says that we have overborrowed, right? Then I ask the question, how have you overborrowed? And the point is that you know, there's no government that doesn't borrow. In fact, as a matter of fact, if you're looking for the country that owes the most in the world, is the U.S. right?
Yeah, that I know. They
Yes,
China a lot,
but yet the U.S. has the best economy in the whole world.
okay.
So the borrowing is not the problem. The problem is that what you use the money for.
What you use the money for
Exactly.
the use, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to come to. I would like to know that, okay, now, if Akufo-Addo within 6 years, he has actually borrowed about $20 billion US, and we want to know what those money was, used for.
Okay.
You give us update on it.
Yes. So, when government borrows.
Part to part.
Oh yes. I can do that. When government, borrows money, it is for many stuff. So, for example, when we came into office, or before we came into office, there were a lot of talks about roads that have been constructed in the country. Roads are one of the major headaches of Ghanaians. Any community you go, if they have the opportunity to meet the president, they will all ask for roads, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of the money we have borrowed have also gone into roads. So, for example, if between MPP and NDC, from NDC 2013, I'm going to read from the official Minister of Roads and Highways, Minister of Roads and Highway official document before me. And this document was prepared on 8th March 2023 and presented to Parliament. So I'm not just going to quote any figure. Between 2009, when Atamils came into office, I'm going back.
Okay.
When Atamils came into office, 2009, up to 2016, when John Mahama left office, the 8 years, the amount of roads the NDC constructed in 8 years was only 4,636 kilometers of road.
What? 4,000?
4,636 kilometers of road. If you want me to give you the breakdown,
okay, that is halfway from here to Rovaniemi.
No, 4,000, not 400. 4,000.
Yeah.
Yes, Rovaniemi is like this around 800 kilometers.
Yeah, about
yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rovaniemi is about 800 kilometers.
Let me say about 4 times or 5 times.
Let's say.
Yeah.
So the NDC total road construction, if you take highway, roads that were done by Highway Authority were only 581 kilometers of road in 8 years.
Okay.
Roads that were constructed by Highway Authority. Now, roads that were constructed by the feeder, Department of Feeder Roads, was 1,613. And then urban roads, 2,442 kilometers. In total, for 8 years, 2009-2016, they constructed 4,636 kilometers of road. Under Akufo-Addo, from 2017 to 2022 alone, we have done 11,974 kilometers of road. So when Akufo-Addo, this year, during the State of the Nation's address, said
how many thousand you said?
11,974
under 6 years.
Yes, 0.96 kilometers.
And can you break it down for us from where?
Okay.
From which region to which region? Yeah.
If you want the regions, I can give you
Specific.
the number of roads we have done in every region, and you can go to every region. I can give you the towns and the villages. I can give you all that as I sit here.
Yeah, that is the update we are looking for.
Thank you very much. So if you look at the roads alone, the amount of money that has gone into road, that is so much. Okay. And so the 20 billion we have borrowed, if you look at the amount of road we have constructed, and you compare to what the NDC has done, you will see that you will see the difference. Somebody asked that, what have you used the money for?
Yes.
This is an example. So for example, when it comes to Ghana Highway Authority, the road they did, NDC did 581. We have done 1,505.72 kilometers. When it comes to feeder roads, NDC did 1,613. We have done 7,112.17. When it comes to urban roads, they did 2,442. We have done 3,357.08. If you put all together, you get 11,974.96 kilometers of road. So, I mean, is there something we can compare? 8 years of NDC to 6 years of the MPP. Now, on the same roads, you see, under MPP, we NDC was also talking about, we have done a lot of interchanges. We have done major constructions. We were talking about Dubai interchange, the Kamakoma Circle, as something that was unprecedented, something they have done. And the NDC, from 2009, 2016, for 8 years, they did Kamakoma interchange. They did Ring Road flyover. They did Kasua interchange. Yes. They did Gifford Road. They did Airport Hills. Major interchange constructions and the NDC. We can talk about 5, right? Mm-hmm. And the MPP, in 6 years, we have done Pokuasi interchange. Tamamoto Way interchange, phase 1, we have completed it. Obitebilamte phase 1, we have completed. Phase 2 is ongoing.
But is it from scratch?
From scratch. Scratch.
No continuation, no.
From scratch. That's why I wish NDC were here to challenge these facts.
All right.
Right?
All right.
East Legon underpass completed. Suhum interchange completed. Nungwa interchange almost completed. Agriligano PTC interchange. The San Hydro loan 2 billion went from China. Mm-hmm. That's what we use for. Tamale interchange is completed. Obitobi interchange completed. Phase 2 is ongoing. Right? Mm-hmm. As we speak, Swami interchange is under construction. We are talking about over 10 completed interchanges in a spate of 6 years. And if you look at the amount of money we spent, on Temamoto Way, Obichebi, and Pokuase, these 3, if you combine these 3 interchanges together, which are bigger, the Pokuase interchange alone is the biggest interchange of its nature in West Africa. In Africa, is the second biggest interchange in Africa, the Pokuase interchange.
But I didn't hear anything from the west or the central.
No, I'm just telling you the few ones we have completed.
Yeah, right? I understand you.
Yes.
But I was expecting that at least the reach out also reach to the west and the central too.
I agree with you. But as we speak, there are a lot of ongoing projects, in all these regions.
Okay, keep that bit going.
Yes, and so if you take Pokuase, you take the Temamoto Way, and Obitebi phase 1, mm-hmm. the amount of money we spent on these 3 interchanges is less than how much NDC spent on Cameroon in interchange alone. Right? Yeah. And so we are not just spending the loans you have contracted, we are spending them wisely. But smart borrowing. Yes, we have borrowed, but we have used the money profitably. We have not wasted the money. Now you ask, if you want to focus on road, no problem, we can do that today. If you come to roads, we can take region by region. If you take half region.
But there's this particular road in Suryani, so why the president they are not laying their hands? Okay, let me actually read some comment here, then we can. Okay, Regina Aman, I say that. Mr. Hose. Okay, Maki, okay, fantastic program. Still the same. Okay, it's okay. I have answer you. Where's the NDC counterpart? Okay. NDC MPP is leading. Okay. In Nuruddin's. Nuruddin said the money were used for nothing. Okay. And Regina Aman said thanks, Mr. Hose, for that question. Western region and Central region, life matters. Okay, yes, please carry on.
Joe, I'm going to see, because you asked about Western region.
Yeah, and Central too.
In Central region. Let me move to Central region and let them know the amount of investment we have made in terms of road networks.
Okay.
in Western region. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
Western region.
In a day, Tremunia Papemu, Honorable James Makion, AO Studio her exclusively with MPP Chairman in Finland precisely. Remember today, our other parties couldn't show up today. I don't know what was the problem. I try and call him my man. Maybe he's busy. Hey, big Clinton, oh boy. Adjoye. Gonna be here if you are. They're gonna be here, no. We're gonna be good. Will the people be satisfied with the government services? I don't know. I want to see your comment. Are the people satisfied with this current government? Oh, the previous government, which is NDC, the National Democratic Party. Or the New Patriotic Party. Let me see your comment below. Or should we stop voting for these two parties? Let me see your comment popping. Because it's not easy, you cast your vote for them and they will not fulfill your promise. So far so good. Let's see. Honorable, if you are ready, just let me know.
Yes. Somebody asked about Western region.
All right, give me the update.
When
please.
you come to Western region, in terms of road networks, I mean, in terms of how much roads network that have been produced or have been increased by the MPP administration. When you look at asphalt overlays, roads that have been asphalted.
Yes.
Or let me give you the total. In 6 years, MPP has given Western region 692.16 kilometers of road.
Okay.
692.16 kilometers of road. That's how much MPP has given the Western region.
692
kilometers.
600,000.
No, 692,000. No, not thousand.
Okay, 600 kilometers.
Yes. The 6 years we did 11, almost 12,000.
12,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and remember we have 16 regions in the country. Right.
Oh, sorry. Only in Western region.
Only in Western region.
Okay.
We have done 692.
600. Okay.
92.16 kilometers.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. I got. I was confused. Yeah. I now got it. Okay.
Yes, and if they want, they should mention their villages and towns, and I'll tell them the roads that have been done in those villages and towns.
Okay. What about this road that Ebony passed on? Is it in Sunyani or something like that?
That is in Bono.
Is in Bono?
Yes.
It's between Bono and Sunyani, right?
Yeah. Sunyani is Bono.
But why that road has not been constructed till now?
Are you sure?
Because the last time I saw a video of that road was this Abraham Moshe actually went and actually.
How many years ago?
Oh, of course. I think when Ebony died, I think it's 5 years ago, right?
Yeah. I mean that road. Yeah. Go there and see. Today, as we speak, we have given. Go and see the Sunyani airport. What we have done there. State of the art airport. Right? Go and see what we have done in Sunyani.
Okay, let me read this comment quickly. It is an evidence that the worst MPP government is always better than the best NDC government. Hey.
So, as I said,
oh, Hini Afreni. Okay, please carry on.
So as I said, if you come to Western region, if they want us to have municipality by municipality, we can even give municipality by municipality, district by district, the roads we have done there.
Yeah, Honorable, we are here for updates. So
let's take somebody asked about Western. So let me update you on Western region.
Okay.
If we take second D, where is the capital? The Ketan Road, we have done it. 3.21 kilometers is done. Ketan Prison Road, we have done it. Poasi Road, we have done it. Fish Road, second D, we have done it. Electricity Road, it's done. Bisui Avenue, where they call the European town, we have done it. All in second Takrade. Esipon Stadium Road is done. And Taman Close, 1 and 2.
Are you sure? But I think that road was actually done by Mahama.
No. Okay. I'm giving you roads that we have done.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're from Western Virginia, you are listening, and I'm lying, you can write in the comments.
You can write in the
comment
yeah.
section.
Please.
Right.
Yeah.
All these I'm giving are just one municipality. Second. Let me give you more. The Never Base Officers Mess Road, it has been done. Kwame and Sim Road, it has been done. Kwesimintim Polytechnic Road, it has been done. Amadia Street, the road has been done. Vodafone Road, it has been done. The GSTS Road, if no GSTS,
no GSTS,
the road has been done. Right? Takwadi Technical University roads have been done. Takwadi Market Circle Loop, it has been done.
But it's on. I was there this March. It's ongoing. It's not yet. Honorable.
I'm telling you that these roads are completed. If there's somebody who is listening from these areas I've mentioned, let the person call in or give me or prove me otherwise.
Because from Sekendi to Takrade, what if you are passing through Escado and Kujokrum, the road is not yet done. Because I passed that road a few months ago.
Joe, I am giving you these roads I'm mentioning. They are not just supporting you. We're talking about roads that we have done asphaltic overlays. Okay. Asphalt, not right. just any road. Okay. Asphaltic overlays, and completed
by Kufuado. All right.
And all these I've mentioned in Western region are just for one municipality. I can give you that for STMA. I can give you that for Efia Kwesimintim district. I can give you that for all the other municipalities in Western region. We come to Western North, I can give you all these details. So if somebody asks what we have used the money for, indeed we have used the money judiciously and evidence are there. These are not things that are in Green Book that we refer you to that go to the Green Book and read. These are things that are real. These are things we mention, and you can go there and see. Now, I think in order to focus too much on the roads, let me deal with other areas, other things we have used.
Because you have to give us update on what the money was used for.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what we want to know.
Yeah, let me give you more update. So, let me leave the road. I think I've spoken so much about the road. Let me leave the road sector and go to Agric. You know, we constructed the Ponlugu multipurpose dam. That dam cost the country over $1 billion. That dam alone, right? We have done the 439. We have, under the one district, one village, one dam project. We did 375. We completed that even as of 2020. We had completed 375 of the one village, one dam project. We have done 19 irrigation projects across the country. When we talk about greenhouse training centers and greenhouse houses that we have done in the country, we have over 100 greenhouse projects. Okay. And you can find this in Dawenya, Akomadan, but just in fact, as of this week, Kufuado commissioned one major project in Adenta, in Greater Accra region this very week. If I'm lying, I mean our listeners can prove me wrong.
There's a question I always wanted to ask. It's two. It's a very dicey one. Why development always based in only into these major big cities, not in the remote areas. Because some place like if you come to the central region, place like Commander, Bosianse, they have Commander, Bosianse, Kisi, all those places. I actually, of course, I went there. I have some relatives there. I went there to visit them, and up to today, this modern guy, there's no light in that place.
Where?
In Kisi and Bosianse, and they are not even far because it's like 10 minutes drive away from Commander.
They have not been connected to the national grid. Are you saying that they don't have electricity?
There's no electricity, and people even still fetch from the well without even not even pipe connection. This modern Ghana.
Okay. Now let me try to respond to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you that for a long time, factories and development projects have been concentrated in the major cities, particularly in Accra. If you're looking for any company, any big industry, they will say go to Accra. And so that's why when we were coming to office, we had a well-structured, well-cut-out policy, 1D1F, that instead of having all these companies and industries concentrated in Accra, and in Accra, they don't even have the raw materials in Accra. So if there's a tomato factory in Accra, we have to transport tomatoes from the north and from other parts of the country to come to Accra to feed the company. And because of that, it increases the production cost. So when the production cost is increased, the final product becomes expensive. And that is why when we came into office, we said that no, we have to change how things are done in this country. And when we do this 1D1F, such that we take development to the people, to the districts, right? And that's why we are asking Ghanaians that give us more years. If you give us more years in office, you will see development at your doorsteps. We will make sure that everybody gets his or her share of the national cake, so that factories and industries and all the development projects and everything will not be in Accra and Tema. So Joe, I really agree with your concern. It's a legitimate concern. But we are doing well. We are doing better, and Ghanaians can testify to that. That as we speak, there are over 150 1D1F projects that are completed and operating. In fact, before by the end of 2020, that our first 4 years, we have done about 58 1D1F projects, completed them, and we're operating. Which I can give you district by district, and the company's names. People can go and check if we're lying about these things. And so, when people say that the economy is struggling, yes, we admit the economy is struggling, but we have done better, and we are doing better.
No, that one, I would definitely give an applause to Nana, because globally, I think every country is struggling. Even in Finland here, we are all struggling with that kind of fuel prices and all that. But at least, Ohina Afreni, since I can remember, this is the only government under which fuel price were reduced to correspond with the increasing price on the international market. Before, it went up and never came down. So I think probably this one really will be a pathetic MPP.
But of course, Joe, you know he's saying the truth.
Oh, of course, of course.
And Joe, let me say this. You mentioned an issue that many of these things are located in Accra, and you're not seeing these things in your region.
Honorable, it's sad.
Your region.
It's sad.
No, now for example,
it's really
if you talk
sad.
about sea defense, if you go to Western region and Central region, they are fisher folks, right? The Cape Coast, recently, you saw what government has done at Cape Coast. The fishing harbor. I'm sure you can testify to that.
Okay, let me read this comment. Inuruddin said, more years to steal from Ama, Ghana.
So
to hello with NDC and MPP.
Joe.
All right, go on.
Joe, I
please.
understand Nuruddin's frustration, but the truth is that if you want to compare MPP and NDC, these are you cannot compare. We are not the same.
Yeah.
Right. So as I was mentioning about sea defense, if you go to your region where you come from, there are ongoing and also completed sea defense projects that are costing millions of dollars. If you can talk about ISIM.
Oh yeah,
you
actually,
talk about Amanfukuma.
I'm a witness of that. I saw that in also in Commander. I also saw that
and even Elmina.
in the Milan, and also I saw that in Abuade and also in Second D. But in Honorable, this question has been bothering me for a long time. You live in Finland, I think so many years. We all live here. Any government that is coming in power, I'm talking about Finland, they don't really boast of road, hospital, because these are systematical stuff that is done by, of course, done by the government, but it's done by different department. It has nothing to do with any party. So how come if any president of Ghana will come in power or coming in power, you say that, yeah, when I come, I would construct road, I will build hospital, I will give free education. Is it politically? I don't see it to be more vibrant something for me, because the end of the day, I'm in a system whereby those things are not things that politicians boast of doing it here.
Yeah, Joe. Thanks so much for bringing this matter up. The development issues of Finland are completely different from that of Ghana.
Why? Why should it be different?
The reason is that today, if you were in Finland 50 years ago, the story would have been different, right? The issues that people campaign on would have been different. If we're in Finland, let's say 70 years ago, the stories would have been different. The issues they campaign on, the policy priorities would have been different, right? These issues of brick and mortar are things that they have gone beyond these areas, right? And Ghana, these are, because see, if you have this administration that borrows about $20 billion under John Mahama alone, $20 billion, and our road networks, they could only add 4,000 kilometers of road. How long do you think it will take us to make every place in Ghana more trouble? To take us so many years. And that's why in the next 4 years, we will still promise road. The next 8 years, we will still be promising roads. Why? Because a lot of our roads have not been done. And that's why you don't see that in Finland.
No, you see, my question is that, Akufo-Addo, actually, I can say boldly that he actually grew up in abroad, which is in UK and France, etc., etc. Yeah. Yes. He know the system, right? So I know that 6 years is not a long time, or 8 years is not a long time for him to, actually establish all those kind of networks and all that. Of course, I agree on that. Yes, but then Ghana politicians should not come up with this kind of idea telling Ghanaians that if I come, I'll bring free education, I'll build hospital. Ghana they're supposed to change the constitution whereby all those things will be under government institution, just like Finland, because Finland, certain ministers don't construct road. It's systematical. If you go to traffic, they do that. You are paying for that, and they do those things. So I think it's a time that, because we are tired of this one will come. I'll let you talk.
Okay.
I was tired that this one will come. We'll construct road. We borrow money. We are going to build this. We're going to build this. We're going to build this. It looks like it's the same story that never goes away. It's like a fairy tale. You are telling to a little child. That's my concern, because it's very sad that Ghanaians have been very, very it's like a toxic situation that you don't even know how to. But now people, because to me, I think they put those things into Ghanaians' mind to borrow money, and that money will be used for their own purposes. Because other than that, it's the same story. Ever since any president will come, the same story. Every president will come, the same stories. Please go on.
Joe. Now you see, as I said earlier, I don't know whether you got the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, I got the point.
See, you don't expect Finland, any government in Finland, to be making promises about roads. because that is not that is really not a problem in Finland anymore, right? But Ghana is a problem, and that is why governments have to make road construction a priority. Today, you know, the coalition government that has been formed, if you have seen the key issues government want to tackle, you will see education there. They are thinking whether to make education free or not, and which people the education should be free for, right? So Ghana, you don't build a country with only brick and mortar. I agree with you that the roads are important, the hospital is important, and that is why, and the MPP administration, we brought a very huge policy: free SHS, free education, right? And this is today, Finland is having a discussion. Yesterday, when they finished the coalition negotiations, one of the key issues of the government is education. Whether education should continue to be free, and if it's continued to be free, should be free for who? And whether school fees, those who are paying, whether it should be increased or not. And when Akufo-Addo came, you see that in terms of education, we have a blueprint to make education accessible and cheap for Ghanaians. Since we came, we have said that no country can grow without industrialization. We said that we're going to move the country from taxation to borrowing.
I have one question.
But before we get there, we need to grow the economy.
Yeah.
So that we grow the economy to a certain point, such that the industries, the money from the industries will be enough to take care of the country. The taxes we get from the companies will be enough. We don't have to burden the ordinary Ghanaians. The ordinary Ghanaians will be burdened mostly with indirect taxes, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we are doing with 1F. We have embarked on an aggressive digitization program. This country, you sit in your office here and you do everything with government. You don't go to any office. I don't remember the last time I went to a bank in Finland. I think for the past 6 years, I've not been to any banking hall for the past 6 years in Finland. Right?
Yeah.
And this is government. What the government is doing, digitization. You sit here, you want to buy a phone from a shop. You sit at the comfort of your home with your national ID, Finnish national ID information. You key in. They know that Joe lives in this address. Blah 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 blah. You buy a phone. They post the phone to your address, and you pick it, and you start using the phone.
For real.
Under our administration, we are aggressively pursuing the Ghana Card project. As we speak, majority of Ghanaians are having the Ghana Card.
I have one question that I want to
So
ask.
These issues are not brick and mortar issues. These are also issues that are also very important. They're not just about infrastructure. No, we are building a nation as a country.
Please let me ask this question before I forget. Why? Okay, now let's put it this way. Akufo-Addo has done well. I applaud him for that. So my question here is that why, if MPP giving a contract to an MP or any MPP member or any kind of contractor that MPP has, hand over a contract to, did the government really pay attention to those people? Because it looked like there are so many videos you see going viral that there's one MPP MP, they actually chased him out of his own village. Like the government has given him money. But do you think the government really pay attention to those people, or go and make some checkup or send people to check those things? Because these are the things that also bring the governmentship down. Because then if you're an MP, you represent your people in the parliament. You understand? And you have given a budget, and their budget have been given to you, and the work has not been done, and the government probably hasn't properly checked or even don't show consent. Only take the money and just go away. That's how it work in Ghana or work under Akufo-Addo?
Joe, I cannot, confirm the issue you're talking about. I don't know about the issue you're talking about. But the fact is this. We know that MPs are given a token, what we call the MPs Development Fund, MPs Common Fund, to also undertake some development projects. Ideally, it's not in any MP's job to be constructing roads and providing hospitals or clinics and this stuff. constructing boreholes and stuff like that. It's not their duty. Their duty is to. That's why in Finland you don't hear any MP saying that I'll give you road or I'll give you borehole.
No, but honorable.
I'm coming. You let me answer your question.
Okay.
I'm trying to answer your question.
Okay.
But in Ghana, our MPs do give these promises, and because of that, it brings pressure on the MPs. And so, government has devoted a certain amount of money that should be given to MPs, so that MPs can also embark on development projects. If you know that there's an MP who has misused the MP's common fund, there are institutions in Ghana, right? There's SRAJ there, the police is there, the office of the special prosecutor is there. You understand? So sometimes some of these things are done for propaganda purposes. We should build a country of institution. Country where people don't just get up and they chobe. No. If you have evidence that indeed this MP this year received so amount of common fund, because it's public knowledge. Any amount the MP is given for as MP's common fund, it's public. Everybody knows. If you want to know, you can check.
Oh yeah. That
exactly.
That
so
I know.
If you know that this amount of money came to the MP, was supposed to use for projects that will benefit the community, and he doesn't use the money, and you have evidence that indeed he has squandered the money, what do?
You know, the reason why I asked you this question, is that if you go to the central region and these places that I mentioned, these are remote areas, yeah, like Kisi, Bosianse. Like I said, 21st century, and it's close to Commander, because they are not the capital district is Commander, okay, and Commander has light, and these people don't have light, and it's over almost like 200,000 people living in that village, and which is very sad. So, Joe, and you will tell me that there's no MP living in that place?
Joe,
yeah.
I don't know the place you are talking about, but I put it to you.
Bosianse, I'm telling you, I was there in March.
There is no town in Ghana which has a population of 200,000 which doesn't have electricity. There is none.
Okay.
There's none.
No, wait.
You see, if you can talk about maybe small village like that.
I'm talking about two. No. I'm talking about two. I mentioned two cities.
Joe,
Bosianse.
Joe, I'm saying that
yeah.
There is no town in Ghana that has population of 20,000.
Okay.
Or even 10,000.
Okay.
Or even 5,000 population. We don't have electricity in Ghana.
But I'm telling you, okay.
So the point is that we agree that it's not every part of the country that has electricity. But you cannot mention any town in Ghana that has population of 5,000 and say that city or that village or that town doesn't have electricity. There is none like that.
Okay, let's assume that. Okay, let me maybe.
So that's
maybe
why
I
do not want to say what you're saying is not true, because I don't know the place you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm coming.
But it cannot be true that there's any town that has population of even 2,000 people, population of 2,000 in Ghana, and say that area doesn't have electricity. They have no source of electricity.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It can't be true.
There is no electricity. I have been there, and I was shocked.
Joe, this. Respectfully,
yes,
it can't be true.
I'm telling you, I was there, honorable. I was there myself.
Joe,
that is where my dad came from. That's where my dad came from.
Joe,
I'm telling you, honestly.
Joe,
I was shocked. I'm coming. So
if it's true, it's been shocking to me, and I'm sure it's shocking.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I was there myself.
I'm sure even Uncle is shaking his head in the studio here that
no.
It's hard to believe.
No.
That we have a town in
Honorable
Ghana
James,
that has a population of 5,000.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay.
Because the point is that Joe.
There was this video. I'm coming. There was this video. Chiche Kojo went actually to, I don't know what village was that, and Kate was sitting under a tree. When the first time I saw, that was about a year ago. I saw the video. My eyes burst up with tears. I was like, 21st century under a tree.
Yeah, I agree with you that indeed what they're saying is not completely a lie. It's true that in fact as we speak today, there are still some remote areas where kids don't have proper facilities for education, which is unacceptable. It's sad, right? It is very sad. But the point is that what is the population of a normal district in Ghana? A normal district in Ghana. What is the population of a normal district in Ghana? And so that's why I'm telling you that if you say that there are some villages in Ghana that don't have electricity, that's correct. That's true. There are some parts of the country where they don't have electricity, because today as we speak, I think electricity coverage is about, is it 91% or something like that? Yeah, in the whole country about 91% electricity coverage. But if you tell me that there's any town that has a population of 5,000 people and doesn't have electricity, that is far-fetched.
All right.
But indeed, there are some villages who don't have electricity, which I think that government should continue, the effort of extending, electricity to all those areas. They also deserve to be linked to the national grid. But it cannot be true anywhere in Ghana that there's any town that has a population of 5,000 people and doesn't have electricity in Ghana. It's not possible.
Okay. All right. That is not possible. MPP Chairman Philan, Honorable James McKeon, exclusively with Jason Radio. Hey, exactly, Mr. Host. There we go again, blaming the NDC again. To be frank, Ghana government can never be compared with Finland, of course. Promise and fair government. MPP has done their best to Ghanaians, but there is still room for improvement. Mr. They don't check, they trust themselves. Unless the citizen complain about it, that is true. A country of institution, yet not even a single NDC politician has been arrested. Ay, Charlie. It be sad. Why you me or that's on the name this kind of. That one, the Honorable James McKeon have clarified on that even him, he was disappointed. That was our first interview. And those people do vote. It's true, Charlie. Mama kabofuna kasia. No mako vote. What can you do? It's very sad, I mean, we have a good politician, don't get me wrong. We have people that have the heart for Ghana. But then, we have others too, only self-interest. Which is very, very sad, I wish Ghana would put some system in place. We have all the resources. All God have given us the natural resources, and yet we still borrow money. So sometimes, I always say to my friend that I'm proud to be an African, but I'm not proud to be a Ghanaian. He asked me why. I said there's nothing to be proud of Ghana of. Because a country with all those natural resources and still now I can't benefit from it. Why should I be proud of that country? I'm only proud to be a black man or African. But I'm proud of Ghana? Hell no. It's just sad. Very, very, very sad, Sometimes I cannot wrap my head up all those things that is going on. You see ministers, MP using big cash. Children sitting under a tree, rain will fall, sunshine, they are still sitting there. Very, very sad. Is it better Ghana now? I think so. Akufo-Addo can do all, he'll do his best. But after him, who is coming? to continue where he stopped? We don't know. Should we still keep suffering? Dabang na gana be. Honorable James.
Yeah, Joe.
You know, one thing I want to say, I applaud Akufo-Addo. I went to Ghana. I see some beautiful roads, beautiful infrastructure. To be honest, I'm just being honest. I saw those ones. He has done well. Nice, beautiful hospitals and all that. And according to them, I quote, they said that is built by Akufo-Addo. He commissioned it, which is excellent. I'll applaud Akufo-Addo about that. But, you know, I'm one person that, to be honest, I live here 15 years now, so those things are not new to me. So here, government don't, president don't construct all those things, party don't construct. It's a system. So I don't know. To me, that's how I feel. But anyway, that's Ghana politics for you. That I'll do this, I can't do this for education. I know that we don't have that kind of system. I agree with you, Honorable. But then I think it's time for us to put those things in place and tell those politicians that, hey, we are tired of those noise, you know. Say something. We want to hear something. We want to hear that, okay, if you come in power, we have all those unemployment system that, you know, if you are not working, you can able to get benefit, because we have as resources that, you know, we need to eat from it. The people are not benefit. They say Ghana have oil and people are not enjoying the oil money. Ghana have gold, diamond. Since I was born till now, I've never received one kobo from any president or my mom or my brothers or anybody else. You know, I don't know. Please, what do you say about it?
Joe, thank you very much. You know, it's. I agree with you that considering the kind of amount of resources that we have as a country,
absolutely,
we should be doing better than we are doing. You know. Should be doing better than we're doing, but you know it's a process, right?
Okay.
It's a process. We will get there. You talked about, you know, Ghana has oil. You have not benefited from Ghana oil, but that's not even true, because as we sit here, you have lost so many of your nephews and cousins who are enjoying free SHS.
No,
and
we will talk about it 3 minutes before we wrap the show.
Yes, you talk about free SHS. We are using our oil money.
So that's benefit.
Of course.
Where I'm living, education is free. My child go to school for free.
Yes, and so they go to school for free.
Okay.
Why? Because out of the country's resources, right? And in the same way that the oil we have, we said that, you know what? Let's use the oil money to educate our Ghanaians.
How many percentage you got from the oil? The whole entire country? 13%.
Well, I don't have the figure off head.
13%.
I don't have the figure off head.
But 13%.
Yeah. The point I'm making is that.
Okay, we will talk about it next week for sure.
If one has to talk about oil and other issues,
we will talk about it next week.
Talk about it.
Because that one I have evidence.
But it is also, somebody said that since we came into office, you said that we have not even arrested anybody.
It was a comment.
A comment that other NIS officials who were accused of corruption, you have not arrested anybody or nobody is in prison.
I've clarified that.
That is also not true, because as we speak, William Tetevi is in prison, right? Abu Gapele was in prison. He was pardoned recently, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, and so you can't say that nobody I mean has gone to prison as we speak. The former Kuku board is in court. Next time I come here, if I want to talk about corruption and corruption related issues, right? I can bring all these figures, number of people who have been jailed and those who are standing trial as we speak for corruption related issues from the former government. I can give you the list of all these things. If I knew we were going to talk about this, I would have brought these matters.
We'll talk about it next week.
It's not true that since this government came into power, the officials of the former government were accused of corruption, but we have not done anything about it. When we came, today do you hear about Woyomi issue anymore? That issue has been dealt with. We have sold his properties to defray all the money that he illegally obtained from the state.
Woyomi?
Right? Yes.
Okay.
You understand? And so that's what today nobody's talking about Woyomi issue anymore. Because that issue is dead. It's dead now. Right? We have retrieved the money. We have sold his properties. So when some people say that people who are accused of corruption have been left, of course, I have said last week, I think last 2 weeks, that I think that our legal process has been so slow there are a lot of issues that are in court.
Oh yeah,
But I think the system is too slow,
that, yeah.
and that's why people think that not much has been done.
Yeah.
So when we come here next week, I can give you the list of people who are already in jail for corruption-related issues, and those who are also standing trial. Right, I can give the list of all these things.
Okay.
And so it can be true that since we came, we have just allowed all those who were thieves or accused of.
But honorable, you know, the confident and the kind of impression Nana put on us, because people like me, I was all in for Nana, because as somebody who we know him as a lawyer, and he's coming in power, we thought, okay, this done. He's coming to take all those people who have been, you know, falling Ghana to the pit, to jail. But it seems like it was a bit opposite in that sense. No, honorable, true or false?
Yeah, Joe, you know, I think that people should understand this.
Yeah.
If you are a president, you are not a judge. You understand?
Okay.
It's Akufo-Addo's wish that all manner of people who have stolen from the state should be punished and punished accordingly. Okay. But Akufo-Addo is not a judge. So if Akufo-Addo takes a case to court, right, and the legal process is so slow and is delaying, you can't blame Akufo-Addo for that, right? If Akufo-Addo had no interest in pursuing these people, these corrupt individuals, he wouldn't have taken them to court, right? But what we should understand is that Akufo-Addo is a lawyer, yes, but he's not a judge. He's just a president. And the president cannot just bundle anybody and say that I'm a president, I just bundle you and just dump you in prison. He cannot do that.
Yeah, but you remember, in his campaign, he said that, oh
yes, and I think that a president cannot promise beyond that, right? That's the highest thing the president can promise. That when I come, I will make sure these people are jailed, and he's making sure of that. The only way he can make sure of that is to process these people for court.
Okay.
Right, and I can assure you that there are many of them that have been processed to court.
Well, processed to court.
Right?
Okay.
There are many of them also that, even as we speak, some of them investigations are still ongoing.
All right.
Look. I mentioned the former Mr. Opuni, the former Kuku Board boss. His case is still in court. It's still being tried. But it has been how many years? 6 years now. But it's still in court, and they're going to court all the time. You understand? So the process is slow. But I assure you that anybody, you know, you who are stolen from the state, if we have evidence against you, you will not go scot free.
All right.
So the point I'm making is that, as you said, Akufo-Addo made a lot of promises. Yes, indeed, he made huge promises.
Very, very huge.
Huge promises, and out of these huge promises he made, cannot say that he has delivered everything.
Yes.
But at least he has done very well. He has not turned Ghana into heaven. We are not there yet. I'm not sure there's any country that is heaven yet. But I think that we have made huge progress. Yeah. And I believe that if Akufo-Addo is given, or the NPP administration is given the opportunity to continue after our 8-year term, I'm sure that we will take Ghana, in fact, if not to the promised land, we will get closer to Jordan.
Good. All right. Hey, honorable. Intina, wayama minkovu ni jane. Ruta Kotosa. All right. Oh, it's very sad. I'm a Ghana. When? Regina Monzada. Oh, Charlie, make I read the comment. Regina said, some of our African friends don't agree with us. We Ghanaians complaining about our government. They keep saying Ghana is better than theirs. Hey,
yes. I mean, but Joe, it's true. You hear it all the time.
All right. You know? Let me keep reading. I'll come to you. Hey, all right. Joe. Joe. It is a lie. Oh. Ha! I was in Ghana just last month. Oh, it keeps keeping. I was in Ghana just last month, and to be frank with you, Ghana keep getting worse. Every single day in every sector. Hey. He say, hey, 13%. Like seriously, who owns the rest of the percentage? Hey, Ghana now, wow.
30% of what?
The oil percentage.
Well, I don't have the figures.
But I think I heard from one, like I'll explain to you. Okay, say Regina said that, but if they are not a judge, why do they promise the citizen? Say Kufadi is not a judge, why he promised the Ghanaians that maybe make chom negum? Honorable answer that question for you. Don't worry, soon. Pele is being pardoned. You know the person he's talking about. Honorable.
Yes.
Someone said that someone has been pardoned.
Yes. Abuka Pele,
Pele been pardoned.
Yes, he has been pardoned. Yes.
And the young guy that stole. The young guy that stole. Okay, wait. There's a question that I'm interested. Pele is being pardoned, and the young guy that stole plantain because he was hungry is still in prison. Yawa country like this. Give us more time. That Bawoyan told us when you guys were begging for Ghanaians vote. Oh Charlie. Hey, Mr. James McCann, you do all. Regina said. Ado Kane promise. Okay, please carry on.
Yeah, Joe.
5 minutes. Let's wrap up.
Let me respond to the one who spoke about.
Yes.
Somebody goes to steal a plantain because he's hungry and he's jailed.
Yes, sir.
I think that I agree with the person. It's really an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
That But the point is that in Ghana, as we speak, we don't have any system like, let's say, the US, where if you commit such menial crimes, maybe you can be asked to sweep the street, or you can be asked to do something.
I want us to talk about that next week, because this is something that is really bothering a lot of people.
Okay.
So probably maybe you can ship that.
Yeah. So just briefly.
Okay.
And so that's why if you go to steal one CD, right, and you are found guilty, the only way, right, only way is either the court, if the court is lenient, the court can ask you to refund or go to jail. We don't have any other means of punishing you in our laws, and that is something that if you recall, if you know, government is trying to do consultation as to how we can come out with new legal regime where people who commit such menial offenses can be punished in a different way, other than being sent to prison to choke our already choked prison.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about. So Honorable, let's wrap it up, because I think
yes. So Joe.
Yeah.
If I want to wrap up.
Yeah, please.
I'm saying that Akufo-Addo government made a lot of promises. We have managed to deliver many of our promises. We continue to deliver.
Okay.
We since we came into office, there were only 55 ambulances in the whole country.
Yeah. Now
Since
I know
we
it's
came,
about 400.
We have close to 400 ambulances that have been procured.
Yeah. I saw that.
It is your money working for you, right?
Okay.
Since we came, we have employed, as I said last time, we have employed over 2.2 million Ghanaians who didn't have work at all. Have been given employment by the government. NAPCO alone, we employed over 100,000 people, right? As we speak, more than half of them have been given permanent contracts. When we came, our national insurance scheme had collapsed. The NDC that promised that instead of people contributing towards the national insurance, they said that they will introduce one-time premium. They came, they couldn't do it. They collapsed the system. They left debt. When we came, we have paid the debt. Today, health insurance is running. Today, as we speak, under 1D1F, we have car companies, VW, Toyota, Kia, and the rest, Peugeot, manufacturing cars in Ghana. Cars are being manufactured in Ghana. This is historic, right? This is historic. In the past, we used to have Neoplan. That was assembling buses, and the NDC, they collapsed Neoplan. We have come now. Cars are being produced in Ghana, in our country, right? We promised that we'll make education for secondary school free, and we have delivered. We promised that we will restore teacher training allowance. We have delivered. Next generation allowance, we have delivered. The Zongo communities that have suffered from lack of development. We established the Zongo Development Fund, and now when you go to Zongos, many of the Zongos, you could see the development projects that are going on in our Zongos. We promised that our Ghanaians are going to be issued national ID cards. Cards that we can identify you that this is a Ghanaian, like we have here in Finland, that all of you here, sitting here have. We have done that, and we continue to deliver. In Ghana today, people have addresses. In fact, for all the years I lived in Ghana, I didn't have an address. All I had was a PO box, right? I didn't have a residential address. Even the PO box, I didn't have a PO box of my own. So, for a long time, I was using the school in my community. Their PO box was what I was using. So when I get a letter, the school has to get somebody and bring to me my village, right? Today, Ghanaians have addresses. This is what MPP government can do. The digitization process first. When you take goods to Ghana, when you export goods to Ghana, I'm sure you are familiar with that business. You know how long it took people just to collect their goods. Today, because of MPP administration, the digitization program we introduced, it takes shorter time. It's now paperless, and we have delivered on that promise. We promised one village, one dam. We delivered. Now we have promised 111 hospitals. That there's a government that has promised to construct 111 districts. We are on it. We are delivering. This is your money working for you. And so, our bauxite, which Dr. Mahama gave to his brother, we took from him, because you can't just will Ghana's property to your brother. We use the bauxite as collateral, secured Sanhydro loan of 2 billion from China, and today, out of that, we have Tamale interchange. We're going to have Swami interchange. And so indeed, we promised a lot, and we are delivering.
All right.
If you look at the railway, for the first time in Ghana, a railway line has been constructed over the Volta Lake. This has never happened in the history of the country. And so, Joe, as I said, we are on our way to the promised land. We are asking Ghanaians that be patient with us, continue to have confidence in the MPP administration, continue to have trust in us. That MPP administration is the only government that can take Ghana to the promised land. Right now, we are at the edge of Jordan.
Okay.
They should vote for us in 2024 so that we will cross the Jordan, we will break the 8 and put our feet in the Jordan River and cross Jordan to the promised land. All right. And we are assuring Ghanaians that we are not going to disappoint them as they continue to put their trust and their confidence in the MPP administration.
Yeah. Hey! Ado King Promise, that's his new name. Nana Akufo-Addo, His Excellency. Nana Akufo-Addo Dankwa. Very soon he's going to end his 8 years. Gonna be a year, no. Gonna be a year and year free. Yeah, man, paying for. Maya Munti and Sufre. Namon boy. Nancy D. Adoson. Oh, Ghana. And I'm a catch what we say, Uncle Ghana, papa. We shall one dear Uncle Pandia Maye. Isika Coco. Ni recently you discover cry. About this time, crank also be at me at least $100 cry every month. But $1 cry, boy. Ready? Ghana mobo. Na Ghana been me a mobo. Yeah, man, paying for. Yame Shemu. Yeah, this is how we end the show. Okay, the employment stuff is a lie. Oh, the youth, the youth are still jobless. Health insurance bogus. Car production yet look at the cars on our street. Oh, honorable, please, in fact, give us a break. If Ghana's for if Ghana's for we did inside. Honorable, answer you next week, please. Don't next week Sunday the same time, the same radio station. We continue. Our second counterpart couldn't come, but I hope next week he's gonna be here, so that that's why we change the we change the program. We put it more update. So next week, if he didn't make it again, then we're gonna continue with the update. Then more questions going to pop up. Please, I also want you to also ask questions, because if you ask questions, it will make the show more lively and all that. Yeah. So go prepare yourself. Next week we continue with the Ghana economy. Please, an update. Go home and also make your research. Also, you can ask some honorable. Honorable is ready because today if you see in file, it bring a lot in fact different in tablet top. Charlie, we know bombard with questions and things. Honorable was ready because Honorable was prepared. But unfortunately, the counterpart couldn't show up today. But however, we all hope for the best. Anyhow you do, people go still vote, Hey, Charlie, you go stand there, they pull 50-50 Ghana give people, they'll go vote for you. People are full of ignorance, But at the end of the day, Ghana belongs to all of us. Ghana first. I think Nana have tried. The reason why I say he has tried, because globally all countries are suffering from this corona, it is really, really has taken about 100% in charge of the whole world. So somehow I think I will give him approval for that, because he has tried. It's not easy to rule a country with it kind of like airstrike and all those things, and it's quite difficult though. But in God we trust. Honorable, people they give you fans, so they say you do well, Honorable.
Thank you.
Honorable is fighting for presidency in future. Honorable is making the way. All right, thank you so much. My name is Joe. Joe Coker is my name. I'm with Honorable James McKeon. He's the chairman of the NDC party in Finland. And so I will see you next week. The same radio station. Keep listening to our podcast, www.jcradiolive.com. 24 hours Afrobeat. Just chill. Yeah, tomorrow the shows goes on. Different shows we have here. And this is your favorite show. And this is Jesse Radio. We live on Facebook and Instagram, and also on YouTube, on Twitter, and also all the streaming media platform. We are live there. Thank you and have a great Sunday. To see you. Bye bye.
Say, Nanya me so pe wa dream boninti. We shira me amara ko ho. Afene umi ana wiyem. Pem say ye wo bebero. Utimi diana yem do show. Pem say ye wo bebera. Pem say ye wo bebero. O pem say ye wo bebera. Nanke bende na yoya. Uchu mukrana na nekro. Amam ponsa wa hinia. Ampa mi broni na mi friend wa. Charlie Pia wo fedia. Kumasi from now. Oyonko pa Mike. Namboga Bontino, Asante Hinkuro no 3, Mike is in Cabede, na yo ya. Yeah, Nankabede. Nankabede, ya. Nankabede, na yo ya. Yeah.